You're still watching NTV Sport Nights. Glad to have your company this Monday evening. Do join the conversation as we ask you to let us know who you think this sports personality is. The picture is on the screen and the clue we are giving you today is Mr. Inevitable. The clue we are giving you is Mr. Inevitable. Do let us know who you think this person is. And for our greatest of all time, we are speaking golf today, and we would like to know who you think, in your opinion, is the greatest Ugandan golfer you know. Who, in your opinion, is the greatest Ugandan golfer you know? We are joined now by the very beautiful Peace Kabasweka. I'm meeting her for the very first time. She's not a stranger, really, I should say, if you are involved in the golfing world. At least I have read about her a couple of times. A Uganda golfing champion. Good to have you on the show. Amoti, I'm told, is your mpako.
But you should say it right. Osivirota mot, oirirota mot. Oirirota mot, oiriro is evening. So you say oirirota mot, then
Andrew is revenging all the
and my mother may be watching.
Yeah.
I'll embarrass her.
you just can't say you're also mot. Come on.
Osivirota mot. Osivire kurungi. Okay.
Yeah.
Webale kwija. So when someone talks about golf, maybe it's perception, but more a misconception. They are older, retired, especially men who play golf. Now, you are very far from that. You're young, you're vibrant, and you are a new mother, maybe not so new, but you are a mother, young, female, and you are a golfer.
and rich.
And rich.
I'm rich at
Yeah, so maybe that's what you have in common, the riches, the wealth. But yeah, you do not fit the mold of a golfer.
No, that changed long time ago. So now golf is open to everyone who is able to swing the club. So it's not about the rich, because not every club is expensive to join. So it depends on where you join and how you perceive it, but it's not for the rich.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're here today to talk about mainly the Toro Ladies Open, but is it because that there was that course? I do not know if you grew up in Fort Portal, maybe you can let us know. And is that how you got into golf? Because golf is not a game for young girls.
She said it again twice.
Yeah. Yes, I started golf in Toro, and that's where I was born. It's my home area. In 2013. So I started when I was old. I wasn't young. And the reason I am driving the Toro Ladies Open, it is for us to start on the drive to bring in the young girls into the game of golf.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
So,
but golf is known to be expensive, as we have said. So for the young girls that you're looking at, maybe you can tell us a bit more. Is there a sponsorship? How do people get clubs? And I just got to know today that men and women have different clubs.
yes, they do. But as a woman, you can use the male's club. My clubs are not for women, but they can be used by a man as well. So we support the young ones through donations. Like he said, that he had some clubs that he even doesn't know where they are. So you'd have brought them and we donate them to the young ones.
Kope, I apologize for the faith you have in me. I've let you down many times. Yeah, they will give me my first club. But,
yes. So we are making it easy for the young ones to join. So we do fundraisers, we have academies where we support. Personally, I have won so many trophies, but I give out those trophies during our juniors competitions through our academy back home in Afria, so to motivate the young ones. Right now, I'm organizing Toro Ladies Open. One of our themes is empowering girl-child education through the game of golf. So we shall have a small contribution to pay for the professional, for all the young ones who will want to join the game of golf. Of course, we go searching for them in schools. We do campaigns to get these girls on board. So it's how we are trying to get them into the game of golf. I know it's expensive, but we sacrifice. Yes.
Just briefly about the trophies. Is that you now telling us that your trophy cabin is empty? Because you've won so much, but you always give them back to these junior tournaments for people to win again. So you don't have trophies to show off at home anymore?
I have.
Just look at her jacket, and you know the camera person was doing a good job. Look at that.
Yes.
She's painted. She hasn't bought this gold off a street, these medals, or this flag. She's won them
She
somewhere.
has represented all of us, medal man.
Yes.
Can you
We
just
know these
explain all
countries.
these? Yeah, would you remember where you? I see some you won in Rwanda, some in Kenya.
Yeah,
right from the
Rwanda,
top.
Zambia. This is the UGU, Uganda Golf Union logo.
Okay.
Then this is the Kenya.
Yeah.
They play many tournaments from Kenya. Then
I see Ghana.
Ghana, yes.
Yeah.
I've been in Ghana, I've been in Zambia, I've been South Africa, Rwanda. I think Nigeria.
Yeah.
This is the logo for Uganda Ladies Golf Union. And this is the jacket for Uganda Ladies Golf Union. Yeah,
It's
this is where
cute.
I'm from.
Yeah,
That
it
is
does.
good.
Looks good.
And even some of the stuff in the video is also red. But there's two stories, and they stem from what Meba said about the sport of golf being masculine and being for all women. Let me give you a story. I won't be very long. I hope you don't get bored. One of the oldest golf clubs in the world is the Augusta National Club, where the Masters is hosted. It opened in the 1930s. If I remember correctly, it opened in 1932. It did not admit a woman until 2012. And you know who that was? Condoleezza Rice, the former National Security Advisor and Foreign Affairs Secretary, I think, for the US, was the first woman to be admitted by the Augusta National. So what peace has not accounted is what Mabel was saying, about the conception that golf was. That even for a country at the very top of maybe inclusion, the US, it took them from 1932 to 2012 to admit a woman to their golf club. And all these things have had to be demystified. And today, the sport that everyone watches the most, football, has had stories about the first female referee. And sometimes when it's thrown around in Europe, I'm always thinking, you guys, you need to visit Uganda. We know to have the Catherine Adipos have taken charge of Express Villa games from way back. You know, maybe there's a bit of comfort in a society like ours. Peace Kabasweka, they had people who broke that. I was seeing in some of the posts on the greatest golfer, there are people are mentioning Alice Kego, Monica Antege, we've seen Flavia Namakula, you've seen all these girls who have been around the game, and we've not had those challenges. Maybe in our generation, maybe we need to speak to women who lived in the 50s, or 60s. How easy it was for them to access, for example, Chitante Golf Club, which was the only one we had at the time. Of course, eventually, the colonialist that Andrew does not like much set up several across the country, in Mbale, in Arua and all. We've made a big effort over the past 60 years to ruin them, Andrew, you've been around the country to do a story about these facilities, and we are really trying a lot to ensure that they disappear, maybe because we find golf to be that distant, but maybe someone like her, I would imagine someone from Chegobe, or I forget those villages. I'm not going to use Rugombe, Nyanje Tagiro.
When you say Chegobe, that's enough.
The entire place, When someone sees someone like Kabasweka telling a story that does not really represent affluent, Munyonyo, top of the hill in Buziga, or living across the Gulf, who lives even across that Independence Ground in Colorado, would even acquire land there, if, for example, you got the money. Maybe someone like her, the people are going to change the perception. And the difference is that in a setup like ours, you see most of even the male golfers do not come from the kind of background like Mabel is talking about. All these boys have been caddies, most of them, and they do not come from a point of privilege. One of them, the late Charles Yokwe, who is an inspiration to so many of this generation. The Dewa Coppers will tell you their first golf club was a cassava stick. Yeah, then they get one which is a driver, and it parts and it does everything. Then they go over time. Yeah, a bit like the 16 years we spend in school. We never know the value, yeah, of that. But maybe sometime in life we'll realize the value of that. So I think people like her are supposed to help us break those chains, break that glass ceiling to show others the way.
Yeah. And maybe, for me, I don't want to talk much since Kabasweka is here, but we did a story in the Monitor that ran about Toro Golf Club and how they dominated the national teams, winning the last 5 in the last 10 years Opens, including yours, the 6th 2023 Uganda Ladies Open. But the one thing that struck me, which I think you should talk about, because this should resonate with even all FA or Uganda Golf Union, name it, Sports Association officials. There's that youth program between Afria Academy and Toro Golf Club, where they do not wait for students to go on holiday. They actually are partnering with schools and incorporating playing golf in their curriculum. So when it's time for sports, others go to play football, others netball, then these kids go to the golf club. So you can go there and you find them at the club and you're thinking, is this holiday or something? And on top of that, as the lady captain of Toro Golf Club, you oversee the ladies as well. Maybe just try and tell us that background you are laying, because right now, Toro Club the numbers have reduced on the national team as compared to 2015 to 2020. Now you have Chunyai, of course, Abdu, and at least that academy has a graduate, Rachel Natkunda, and the ladies, the pioneer, one of the pioneer students. Just tell us about that background of the youth and how it's important for Toro Golf Club and you.
Okay, thank you so much, Andrew. So, as Toro Club, we have so many responsibilities to do as a committee. So we brought, when Isaiah came up with an idea of Golf Academy.
That's Isaiah Mwesigede,
your CEO for Afria. It was like a relief and a blessing to us. So we welcomed him and we worked with him during school holidays and of course the other programs that we have with our junior program. So, and as the Uganda Ladies Golf Union is so supportive, and under the juniors program, it supports a lot. It gives us funds at least every year so that we can have an annual event like a tournament. So it does that under the ladies section, which is Toro Ladies section that I lead. So it's a program that we enjoy to do, and we are pushing it because some of us are aging. We are aging.
We are aging, and you need to talk to the right people.
So we need the young ones to replace us. Of course, in the next 5 years, I won't be playing like I am playing now.
Yeah,
which
you
is
won't
very
play as
true.
many tournaments.
So I need the likes of Rachel to join, the likes of Rita, Prila, so that they come on board. We have to train them, we have to give them whatever it takes to show that, for them to pick interest in the game of golf. Because first of all, it's about passion. So we push so much for these girls to be passionate about the game so that they can compete. We thank God that Rachel has picked up, and a few other girls, they are doing well. Rachel is now playing for the juniors national team from Toro, and we are looking forward to produce more of the young ones on the national team, and both girls and boys.
Yes, the question I wanted to ask is, what does it take, first of all, to convince a young girl, many of them are probably teenagers, to convince a young girl to ditch whatever passion she has for a sport like golf? Of course, you told us you started much earlier. You could probably also share with us what inspired you. But
what started after university?
Yeah, but I mean, they are sporting teenagers and all that. What will it take? What does it take to convince those young girls to concentrate and try?
And I can imagine what Clive is thinking is adrenaline. You know, when you're young, you have all this energy. If you went to a basketball ground and saw people run around the hoops, you're thinking, I'm going to pick a ball, dribble, looks more fun, then throw it up. Yeah. Then there is the football that is in every community in this country. So. And golf can appear a bit like moving at a sedate pace, yeah.
Too bougie.
Yeah.
If you don't know it,
if you don't know it, you don't understand the adrenaline. I can understand when I'm watching, but how then do you make a 15, 14-year-old girl feel that adrenaline on day one?
On day one, it's actually, we attract them with, first of all, with what we have won, we as individuals. Things like this. Now that I'm on a show, that will be the story throughout the weekend with the young ones.
Sure.
So, and the small ball. That small ball looks cute. Looks beautiful. So when you have like...
Can we have some pink ones that are not white? Yeah.
Oh yes, they are there.
Yeah.
They're there.
Now, visibility. And Clive has something about how you, inspiration, how do you get in?
From way back, since primary, I was a sports person.
Okay.
I did running, MDD, I did volleyball, I did netball, but after university, I was bored. I didn't have any sport to do. So, for some reason, through my brother, I got to learn about golf. That's how I joined. And since then, I've never looked back.
But that story is incomplete piece.
How?
Through your brother, how?
Oh, Andrew. Andrew plays golf.
Okay, no, okay,
So
I know he's called Andrew. I know he's called Andrew,
he called me
but
at the club
okay.
to take something. It was during
But before you went to the club, there's how you started playing golf at home. Like
No.
the story about the slasher.
It is different.
Okay.
It is when I went to the club
Then you
during
realized,
the competition and I saw how people were playing,
and then
how they were dressed, and I picked interest. I'm like, can't I do this? So when I went to the range where they teach from, I saw it was the same thing as slashing the ball. You have to keep your head down, eyes on, so that you keep the level. Yes, and I knew how to do it.
slash.
To slash. I found it
So like if
easy.
you can slash, you can play golf.
Growing up, you know, slashing was punishment.
No, at home it was.
And then after you're slashing, then the teacher comes and says, it's not carpet. Yeah.
You need some.
Then you have to do it again.
Back home, the boys used to do it, so I would be with them.
You said you have about 5 years to play. On average.
Or regularly. Play every
for the
week.
national team and very competitive competition.
Okay, so what would you like to improve on your game as Peace?
As Peace, mentor.
Yeah.
The rest is good, but the mentor.
Yeah.
Yes.
And isn't the game entirely mental?
Hey, man.
It is, almost 95% mental.
Yeah, golf has already said that across 18 holes, every hole you play, you forget everything you did on that hole. Whether you picked a birdie or an eagle or you got a triple bogey, it's done. The next one, the next hole how you play it. And I find most people involved with the golf, and the last time we hosted the golf person was Dewa Kope.
Yes.
Yeah, when he came here, he was wearing what? That orange jacket? Is it orange or purple?
Orange.
Blue.
Orange. Yeah.
Orange. Yeah, because there's a tournament that he started in the mode that
Dewa
some
Kope
people.
Challenge.
Yeah, the Dewa Kope Challenge. Yeah, thank you. There's something about golfers that is intrinsic. Some people always find you either very intelligent, or is that something you identify with? You look across a club and you're measuring IQ and you see everyone's IQ as a lot higher than many other people. Is it what comes with the sport? Is it territory?
I think it's true, because that game needs a lot of thinking. You can't just walk on the ball and hit it. You have to take your time. You have to remind yourself to keep focused, to put your eyes on the ball, to stay down. They say keep your head down. So a lot of things that you need to remind yourself, the target, where to miss and where not to miss. So yeah, it's...
What advice would you give someone besides the people in Toro who have access to you like Andrew does? By the Andrew helped us get peace to the show, viewers. There are people who are just watching. How do they get in? What's the first thing they've got to think about? Pick a cassava stick like Charles Yoko and Kope did.
Even Otile, all these guys from Mpanga Secondary, because they would hit balls and they fall over the school. So holiday they would just come and not go back home.
So how then do you get in? And I've seen, for example, and we have a very good poll question there, I've seen the kids from around Jinja, because there's a lot of them. The Otile family, rather the late Sadio Nito family, the sons are playing, Grace Ochicha and the others. What does someone really need? Day one, I want to go and play. I want when Andrew has a son, he wants his son to play. What's the advice? Where do they start?
They start by taking that child to a golf club.
The nearest?
The nearest golf club. Once you get there, they will explain to you the procedures and how to join. Yes, it is as simple as that.
These days, like you're saying, younger, because it's a time when you have to be a certain age.
Younger. Ismail, if you saw some images that we ran, you saw 6-year-olds
I saw them
swinging. Like if you go and find those kids at a club, you'll be shocked. You're like, wait, and by the way, it comes down to the parents as well. Because if the parents are not invested, the kids are not coming.
I remember Michelle, she started quite young.
We have parents on set who are scared of taking their kids to start doing sports.
The club that is closest is one I don't want them to support. So
which one? You?
No, not golf, another sport. The club closes up.
Oh,
but there's a story I need to tell, and I can imagine Mebo is about to set time. And it's golf related, and it's about equipment. A few years ago I had the chance, and I've told you guys off air, I had the chance to travel to Japan. So I went to a shop that exclusively sells golf equipment at a giveaway price. Giveaway, I mean, may it sound high in your ears, but this equipment was going for between 1.3 million and 4.3 million. Very cheap for a Ugandan golfer. So I did not buy, but I also wanted to understand the story where they get this equipment, because it wasn't new. So the gentleman there explained to me that, what they do, they have a charity for golf. So what they do, they go around golf clubs, and Japan has some of the highest number of golf clubs. You would imagine the 4th biggest economy in the world. So they collect that equipment from players, most of whom do not use the equipment for more than a month. Some even play for 1 week or 2 weekends, and then they send it to the charity. So what this charity does is that they go and sell the equipment largely to people who are visiting Japan, and then they spend that money on charitable causes supported by golf.
That's a good one.
So when I got back and I told a few golfers about how I was in a golf shop and saw equipment that was cheap, they were thinking I was mad not to have bought anything. At least I would have bought for them. Actually, one told me that at least you should have called me when you're inside that shop.
I think they also suffered from your ignorance.
Perhaps. And I've been around, and shockingly, I'm not even that ignorant. Because, Andrew, you'll catch me most Sundays, Sunday night after 11 p.m., I'm watching the closing stages of a US PGA tournament. Every other time. And most of the nights I would spend them with Dewakop on the phone, because I'm asking him where should he hit that ball before he hits. Then I'm thinking maybe he should play long and something, not play straight, because the wind, they talk about the wind. And of course there was very different ideas that make me an amateur, and I am. So my ignorance is not that deep, but sometimes I don't employ my knowledge enough. It would have been very helpful if I carried a bag or two on my return.
We've had some pictures that have been running on the screen. Probably we can have them again. Those pictures.
The one in a pink top?
was it? No.
Or the one one with the trophy?
The one with the trophy. That Saturday afternoon at UGC in Chitante. The question is, first of all, how special was that evening? Because I followed you and, of course, a host of other people on the back nine. And for some reason, I think 90% of the people who were following the pressure group badly wanted you to win the Uganda Golf.
That's 2023.
Yeah, and I remember the moment you were confirmed champion, as so many people ran onto the green, including fellow women. Some were playing, others were just around to cheer. And everyone, I've not been to a golf club, and everyone is so happy for Peace to win. How special was that Saturday afternoon in 2020?
It was very special, heartwarming. I think that was my first experience that I will never forget. First of all, I have always had a dream of playing an under in an open, and it happened during 2023 Uganda Ladies Open. So the finishing, by the time we finished, I saw myself losing it. And I couldn't help myself. So, but I thank God it came out the way I wanted. At least it was a good record. Yeah, the performance was good. It was so exciting. Yeah.
And then you chose not to defend your title?
Yeah.
We're here defending you for not defending your title. The other week, you
justifying the reasons.
Yeah, we are just we made the story, and you can confirm now on air.
Yeah.
We made up a story for you why you did not play this year in the Uganda Ladies Open.
Yes, on the same date. Uganda Open used to be in October, so they changed the dates because of the heavy rains that would disrupt the competition. So unfortunately, those dates fell on the same date Dad and Mom were celebrating 50 years of their wedding anniversary. So I could not miss.
Wow.
Because
family first.
Mental. Family first.
Yeah.
So I would not settle being out there and then at the same time imagining that my parents are celebrating.
Are they watching right now?
Yeah.
Mama and Dad?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
And then
maybe lastly from me, what's your relationship with NTV? It's like in a year you will win 7 or 8 out of the competition in NTV. What's your relationship with the NTV Golf Club?
I love the course. I love the course. It's long and precise, so you really need to be good to play it. And then the warmth at the 19th from the NTV members is always...
I think they have the best 19th hole.
Yes. So,
Clive, don't get into wars.
I'm telling you. NTV, you need to be there every Saturday. And every Saturday is different from the other Saturday.
Okay.
Okay, Peace, we do have to end it. But we were asking our viewers, who is the greatest Ugandan golfer?
She hasn't told us when the ladies
that would
open.
be the last thing I wanted to ask her.
Okay.
But before that, yes.
wow.
Ugandan golfer.
Ugandan golfer. I'll vote for Rugumayo Ronald.
It's currently in South Africa, I believe.
Currently in
The only
South
Ugandan
Africa.
to make the cut at the Magical Kenya
Correct.
DP Tour.
You know,
Me too.
the other week when was playing in Europe, somewhere in France, on the DP World Tour, I was in office and I told guys, I made everyone, you know, some things that touch me are supposed to touch everyone around me.
Like they needed to pay attention.
They needed to pay attention because I was a Ugandan going to play in a tournament where he was the only black boy on the course. So luckily, the camera brings him, and he swung. Eventually, the results didn't go very well. Of course, the level is much higher and he needs to play there a lot more often to get to that level. And I was comparing that with our entertainment colleagues who go and win these awards and you don't see them on TV. And someone was telling
They weren't given out on the red carpet.
yeah, there were no awards on the red carpet. They are given maybe in the parking lot or in the bus park or at the train station. At least Rugumayo was there. There was real evidence. Not someone has won a Grammy or what. Yet we watched the Grammys,
We stayed up to watch them receive the
and we did. So at least Rugumayo was so, and he's done stuff in the recent past.
So that's men and women? Let's go find Uganda.
Peace Kabasweka. She didn't want to get into trouble.
Our former boss used to play golf, Agi Konde.
Yeah. I think she still does.
Yeah, she does in Nairobi.
So Peace, you're not answering that.
Herself
I gave the answer
Which
for
one?
her. Peace Kabasweka
is the best.
is the best. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Peace, as we end, what would you want the viewer to know about the Toro Golf Open?
The Ladies Open. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, viewers. I would like to invite you for the Toro Ladies Open this weekend, 25th and 26th. Ladies will play for 2 days. Those are 36 holes. They start on Friday. Subsidiary men and seniors will play on 26th, and the juniors will play with the ladies on 25th. That's Friday. So I would like to invite everyone to come and support our Ladies Open. I would like also quickly to thank my sponsors who have pushed me.
Sure do.
Yes, Vivo Energy Uganda, Uganda Ladies Golf Union, Uganda Golf Union, Expresso, Home Bliss Hotel in Fort Portal, MTN Uganda, White Cap Cripsy, NBS Sport, Pepsi, Bugiri, and in a special way, NTVSportKnights. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you very
so
much, Peace. Nice meeting you, and all the best this weekend.
Thank you so much.
Okay, NTV Sport Night takes a break. Do stay with us.